Hello, all. It is time for another Your Week Ahead reading and video. This is going to be a busy week. We know that if you're in the US, we have our election this week, so it is definitely an intense week. In addition to a whole bunch of other astrology movements and stuff of planets and such. So we're going to go ahead, jump right in, kind of see how we can bring some calm to you for this week. All right, this week I am using the Insight Story deck as the box starts to fall. All right, so this week, Sunday is the 3rd of November, and then Monday and Tuesday. All three of these days are a fire sign. The moon is in Sagittarius, which is fire. And fire can be destructive, but it can also be passionate. And Sagittarius is very much about looking toward the future. It is the archer, and so you want to follow that arrow. You want to follow that arch. So that really can be a good thing. What do we got for overall? We got the overall is the wolf. And I just want to, let's see. That's a little better. Oh, there we go. Much better. All right. And so looking at the wolf as the overall, wolves are incredibly powerful, and they're incredibly powerful a lot of times at night, which things are coming to the surface, which is a great metaphor for everything coming to the surface for this election. There is a lot going on, and there's a lot just going on in your own life too, in addition to this election week. All right, so what cards do we have for today, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday? What do we got? What do we got here? We got 4. We have the Cosmic Explosion. We have the Wand. We have the Harp. And we have the Candle. Okay. I love these cards. It is gonna be a little rough. I have told you guys I do focus on the positive, but I also do not sugarcoat things. The first part of this week, definitely there could be some volatility. Even in your own life, even in your partnerships, in your family, tempers could flare. Just be careful, again, kind of what you're saying. I know we talked about it last week. It kind of falls into this week too. So be careful. You also might just really get mad at your boss or mad at your employees, and just take a step back and reevaluate, take some deep breaths, and then move forward as much as you can. Sometimes that's really hard to do. And certainly on a more global scale. All right. But we have the wand, we have the harp, and we have the candle. How do I get these without hitting the light? There we go. The wand really is about you have the power to create your reality this week. You have the power anyways, but this is a great reminder to say it's up to you how you want to show up. And with the harp, it's where are you finding harmony in your life? Maybe that is taking a bubble bath this week. Maybe it is reading a fun book. Maybe it is going for a walk outside in nature. So where are you finding that harmony? Because the more you can create that harmony, where you can find that, this cosmic explosion lessens. It really does. And then that goes so nicely with the candle. One candle lit is enough to kind of drive people to seeing where that light is coming from. Even if it's yourself, even if you light that candle as you're taking that bubble bath, or even if you're just sitting in your living room, and that candle could easily be a LED candle at this point. It doesn't even have to have a real flame. If you want a real flame, go for it. But really finding that calm and being that light for yourself. And if you can be that light for others, that's great too. But sometimes you can be just that light for yourself is all that is required of you. So those are actually amazing cards for the beginning of this week. All right. Moving in then to Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday and Thursday the moon is moving into Capricorn, and it's an earth sign. And it's about structure and boundaries and guardrails. And again, looking at your life and what's going on collectively, that really makes sense, especially after coming out of the Sag fire sign that we would have had the last couple days from Wednesday. So Wednesday and Thursday, Earth Capricorn, what do we got here? The storm, mud, and shadow. Well, mud is definitely really well into Capricorn. But mud also talks to us about not being able to see clearly. You're stuck in the mud, you're not moving really fast, and it's just murky, as is the shadow. The shadow, if it's a bright sunny day, having your shadow follow you is a great kind of fun thing that you probably haven't thought about since you were a kid. The other part of shadow is your shadow side, is bringing things up that maybe volatile, especially with the storm here. So if you can just kind of like hunker down, don't plan to do a lot during Wednesday and Thursday, because frankly, tempers are going to be upset no matter how the election goes. And then that's going to spill into a lot of other parts of our life. So we know that it's not going to be super clear on Wednesday and Thursday. The shadow side, either of you or of people at work or of the bigger collective, is really going to be kind of coming to the surface and really going to be kind of that stormy weather. So I'm going to actually go with another interpretation of mud, with it being healing and kind of grounding. Now, that's not to say that things aren't going to be clearer, because they're really not. They are not going to be clearer at all. But the mud also works really good to ground yourself. So if you can touch the earth, if that's, even going for a walk. I know everybody always says, put your feet in the grass. Well, guess what? I live in Minnesota. Putting the feet in the grass at this point really is about, freezing your feet off. So let's just try to interact a little bit more with nature. Maybe that is, if you feel safe enough going to like a conservatory or a park, if it feels safe. If stuff is really volatile, try just to stay at home if you can. Maybe you do some fall yard work instead after work on Wednesday or Thursday. Or you watch, something that is very calming to you. just be aware that this is potentially a couple of rough days after. So then we look at a Friday and Saturday for our moon is moving into Aquarius, which is an air sign, which is chatty, which is for the people. You really have a lot of shift in energy from the Capricorn Earth into Aquarius. And that's going to be Friday and Saturday of this week. So what do we got here? Oh, we got 4 cards here. We have the Field, which is all about abundance. We have the Key. We have the Tea Party. Ooh, and we have a wild card. So in this deck, this is really more of like the Divine Feminine. We also have a Divine Masculine card too in this deck. So this is Divine Feminine. The Field is definitely about abundance, as is having tea with somebody, having that connection, going to get coffee with somebody. And I'm taking that literal for this time. And then also the Key. So I'm going to say that by Friday and Saturday of this coming week, we will have started to have election results really kind of maybe not certified, but certainly in some of the lower races, I would think we would be knowing some more pieces. Excuse me. So it is going to definitely be softer energy by the end of the week. And again, for you, for your own stuff, what's going on, look at where you've got abundance in your life toward the end of the week. Look at, it's kind of the things that all of a sudden are starting to click for you. Maybe, something is starting to move a little bit for you personally. Maybe there is a promotion at work that you want to apply for. These cards would definitely tell you that this is a great time to apply for that. Maybe it is applying for a different job. That there could also be some of that energy too. It also could talk about your family or your friends, reconnecting with people, having that little bit of, going out to coffee with somebody, connecting with your Divine Feminine, even if it's, I am a huge tea drinker, even if it is just making your own special cup of tea for the end of the week and going, okay, I got through the week. It was a rough week, and I'm truly going to take time to savor it and just chill. That's a great way to do it too. So that's, one of the things that readers often do is they do for the collective or they do for individual. And this is a blended reading. This is definitely for what is going on in the collective. And because the energy is so similar, especially for this week, it really can be for what you are doing in your personal life too. So please take this as it's gonna be a bumpy start to the week, and by the weekend, Friday, Saturday, you're gonna start to feel a little better. And even if that does mean just doing something by yourself. Again, with everything going on collectively, make sure you do things that you feel safe with. And if that is just staying in this week, I know I mentioned about going to a park or something, but that really, really is going to depend on what's going on in your community, if that is something that you feel safe that you can do. And if you don't, definitely stay home. Again, if you can do some yard work to get in with the earth, that would be a great thing to do. Even if you, get some just Google some nature pictures or something that's really going to help ground you. Because again, that mud is a two-way street. That mud that we had earlier this week for Wednesday, whoops, there we go, the mud for the Capricorn Earth was Wednesday and Thursday, is yes, stuff is not going to move. Yes, we're not going to know a lot of stuff going on. And that's even in your own life. You're going to feel really frustrated that things are not moving in your own life. And let's look at that second interpretation of mud, of grounding, healing, allowing you to really connect with Earth right now, Earth energy. And so if you can't do any of that, if you have any carpet in your house, one of the weirdest ways to actually ground yourself is to vacuum. Vacuum or do like mopping the floor. I know they're housework, and I know a lot of people are like, what? And I don't like to vacuum myself particularly. But if I am feeling really ungrounded, vacuuming actually really does help. You kind of get back into that like present moment. And if you're like me and you have a dog who actually attacks the vacuum every time you vacuum, you add some fun into it too. But even if you don't have a dog, still vacuuming is a great thing to do. I know most dogs actually run away from the vacuum. Our newer shepherd is very interested and barks at the vacuum. All right, you guys, that is all for this week's reading. And because this is such an important week and a lot of energy going on, I am actually going to post this video up on my main YouTube channel. I don't usually. This is usually for just my members of Patreon. But I really do feel strongly that more people need to see this video this week. And thank you so much for being a member of Patreon. And because I am posting it onto YouTube, if you were like these, I do these every week on my membership. Please check out the link below or in the description for how you can be a member. I try to keep my membership really reasonable so that more people can benefit, because I do know these times are really intense. All right, you guys, that is all I have for you. Remember, always do yourself a hug, especially this week. Nerves are definitely fried. And yeah, it's a rough week. Oh, and I am, because it is a rough week, and we know this is not going to just disappear after the election. If anything, it's going to get a little more bumpy for a little bit. I am opening coaching slots, so to do one-on-one coaching, to do some mindfulness coaching, to help you to do some calm coaching, to help you if you want to work through something else. I have not opened private coaching for a really long time, and I honestly do not know how long I'm going to offer private one-on-one coaching. So make sure you grab that offer. That information is also in the link below. And I will at least offer it for the end of the year. But if you pre-buy sessions, which is how you have to get any coaching with me, is to pre-buy your sessions, not pre-book, but pre-buy. Your sessions never expire. So if you buy a package and you say, you know what, I want one session this week, and then I want my next session in January, or I want my next session in June, or whenever, you always have that option with the way I've set up the booking, so you don't have to use them all right away. So again, just another resource for you as we all get through these times. I am so honored that you come to me and I can provide some calm for you in this really chaotic time. I definitely appreciate your support and being able to help you find some calm. All right, you guys. Bye for now.